Hi everyone! Welcome back to Science at Home, and for today we're going to be exploring another human organ system, and that is the digestive system. But what is the digestive system, by the way? So the digestive system is the one responsible for the breaking down of food into nutrients and to energy that we need. So this includes several organs such as the stomach, the intestines, the salivary glands, the liver, and the pancreas. But first, let us try to explore what are the different functions of the digestive system. So as you can see right here, food enters through the body and is being digested and it goes out as waste. Okay, but how does it happen in the first place? Let us try to track it down first. So the food enters through the body through the process of ingestion. So food enters through the body within the mouth, in which the mouth helps for the ingestion process. Then after the ingestion process, we have the digestion process, in which digestion helps in the breaking down of the food into nutrients. The next step is the absorption process, in which nutrients are absorbed within the bloodstream. And lastly, we have the elimination process, or also called as the egestion process, in which all of the undigested food materials are egested or removed from the body. So what are the divisions of the digestive system? Now, the organs of the digestive system can be classified according to their functions. So the alimentary canal serves as the passageway of the food. So this includes the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, the small and the large intestine, together with the rectum and the anus. And next, we have the accessory organs, in which this helps for the secretion of the different enzymes that helps for the digestion process itself. So this includes the salivary glands, the liver, the pancreas, and the gallbladder. Now, what are the different types of digestion? Now, digestion can be classified into two. So first, we have the mechanical digestion. So as the name implies, mechanical, meaning this refers to the physical breaking down of food into smaller pieces. So this occurs primarily in the alimentary canal through the peristalsis movement. So later on, we're going to be discussing what do we mean by the term peristalsis. And next, we have the chemical digestion. So as the name implies, in which this process helps for the breaking down of food into nutrients. So this is aided by the different acids and the enzymes within the digestive system. So what happens to the food that we eat within the digestion process? So as we mentioned a while ago, so the digestion process starts within the mouth. So what happens is that within the mouth, food is broken down into smaller pieces within the help of the teeth and the tongue. So the process in which the food is being chewed is what we call the mastication process. So as the food is being masticated by the teeth and the tongue, what happens is that the salivary gland secretes saliva, and what happens is that the saliva mixes with the chewed food in order to be easily digested later on. The saliva contains a specific enzyme called the amylase, in which this helps for the further breaking down of sugars into simpler forms. So once the food has been chewed up, so it will now be swallowed in. So after the food has been swallowed in, so what happens is that the food will now enter through the esophagus. Now the esophagus is considered as the long tube that connects from the mouth to the stomach. So what happens within the esophagus is that the bolus, or the mixture of the chewed food together with the saliva, pushes down from the mouth to the stomach. So after the bolus has been transported in the esophagus, it will now go to the stomach. So the stomach is considered as a muscular organ in which it helps for the further digestion of the food. And what is found within the stomach are the digestive juices. What is the composition of the digestive juice? So the digestive juice are made up of the hydrochloric acid, in which it helps for the further killing of the bacteria within the food, and the pepsin, or the enzyme that helps for the further breaking down of proteins. Within the stomach itself, so what happens right there is that the bolus coming from the mouth and the esophagus becomes the chyme. So the chyme is considered as the mixture of the digested food together with the digestive juices. Now, after the chyme has been made up within the stomach, so it will be transported down to the small intestine. So within the small intestine, this is the place in which the absorption of nutrients will take place. And as the chyme enters the small intestine, what happens is that the liver, together with the pancreas, will be secreting different enzymes in order to help for the further chemical digestion. So after the chemical digestion of food into nutrients, what will happen is that these nutrients will be then absorbed within the bloodstream through the help of the villi. So the villi are the structures within the walls of the small intestines that helps for the absorption of nutrients. So within the villi, we can find also the microvilli, so in which microvilli are the smaller projections than the villi. What happens in the small intestine is that not all of the food are being absorbed as nutrients. Now, there are still some of the remaining undigested food, and that is being transported now into the large intestine. So the large intestine is the site in which the water is being reabsorbed back to the body, remaining only the undigested solid food particles. So what will happen to the undigested food materials is that they will be compressed together and they will form as the feces. So the feces is considered as the solid mass of the undigested food waste. So once the feces has been collected, so what happens to the feces is that they will be temporarily stored within the rectum. And once the rectum has been full with feces, that's the time that it will be eliminated in the body. It will be flowing out of the body through the anus. Or this is considered as the opening in which the feces leaves the body. So that concludes our episode for today. This has been your Sir Dave saying keep safe and always have fun learning science at home. Goodbye!